So which are the best scales for folk metal? Well, those two examples that I just played you are from genuine folk metal songs. One of them is Diabol Boruta and the song is Poxatek, and the other one is Killifingar and the song is Kilenk Valkyr. Now, as per usual, my pronunciation will not be very good, so I will put a link in the description to both of those songs so you can go and check them out. So in my little example that I gave there, I played both of those songs in C. Although they're not originally in C, I just changed the key, just so they're both in the same key to make it easier and you can put them both together. So the chord progression, if you are looking in a C minor scale, was a 1, 6, 7. So if you're playing a C minor scale, those are the notes: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the chords. So you've got the 1, the 6 and the 7 there. And whilst listening to some folk metal to check out the scales they were using, I noticed quite a few of them had that chord progression in. So now we've had a look at the chord progression, let's have a look at the scales that were played over the top of that. So there are two scales that I came across that are played most frequently over folk metal, or as the melody parts for folk metal. One is the regular minor scale and one is the Dorian mode. So regular minor scale, we're going to play this in C purely because that was the key that I just played these examples in. So minor scale, we're going to play two different ways. We're going to play 3 notes per string and then a version where there are different number of notes per string. So first of all, 3 notes per string. So on the bottom string and on the A string, we're going to play 8, 10, 11. Then onto the D string, we're going to play 8, 10, 12, and on the G, 8, 10, 12 also. Then moving on to the B string, we're going to play 9, 11, 13, and then on the E, 10, 11, 13. So let's do that slowly, the whole thing. So that's the minor scale, and that's 3 notes per string. Now we're going to play it so it's just in one position and we're not really moving up. So we're going to play 8, 10, 11 again on both the bottom string and the A string. Then onto the D string, we're going to play 8, 10. On the G, we're going to play 7, 8, 10. On the B string, we're going to play 8, 9, 11. And then onto the high E string, we're going to play 8, 10, 11. So here it is again. So let's break down these two little licks then. So first of all, we'll look at the one that is in minor, as we just looked at the minor scale. So we're playing 10 of the D, 12 of the G, 13 of the B. Then back onto the G, 12, 13, 12. Then 10, 12. Then we're going to play on the B again, 13, 11. Onto the G, 13, 10. Then 13, 12, 10 on the G. Onto the D, 13, 12, 8. So slowly. Now if you play the minor scale up from here, you can see that all of those notes are in that minor key. So that's the first example. Now let's have a look at the second example. So the second example goes like this. So this example is in Dorian, but it also has the A flat here, which means that it's in Dorian and minor. Okay, so we're going to play on the D, 10, onto the B, 11, 10. Then onto 12 of the G to 10 of the G. And then 12, 10, 12. Then onto the D, 13, 13, 12, and then 11 of the A. Back to 13 of the D, 10, 12, 10, 12 on the D, and then 13, 12. So if you play the whole thing slowly, okay, so in here we've got an A natural in that bit, then we've got an A flat, so it's in Dorian the first half and then minor the second half. So let's have a look at the Dorian then. So again we're going to start in C because it's in the key of C. So we're going to play 8, 10, 11 on the bottom string. Onto the A string we're going to play, and we're going to do the same, so we're going to look at 3 notes per string and then a mixture. So 8, 10, 11 onto the A, 8, 10, 12, onto the D string, 8, 10, 12, onto the G, 8, 10, 12, onto the B, 10, 11, 13, and then on the E, 10, 11, 13. So slowly the whole thing. Okay, now we're going to look at playing that scale in more or less in one position. So same start. 8, 10, 11 on the bottom string. Then onto the A string, and we're going to play 8 to 10. Onto the D, we're going to play 7, 8, 10. Onto the G, 7, 8, 10. Onto the B, 8, 10, 11. And onto the E, 8, 10, 11. So slowly. So have a little practice and try and create some of your own little melodies in a folk metal style. So you can always start with that chord progression 1, 6, 7. In fact, what I might do is record a segment of that, put it at the end of this video so you've got something to practice over, and then have a practice of those scales. And so the minor and the Dorian. So I hope you found that useful and interesting. If you did, make sure you give it a like, subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notified every time I release a video. See you later. For this video I'm using a PRS S2 single cut and a Victory V30 Countess.